Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, your faithful correspondent here in the old town of Warsaw. This is the reconstructed, lovingly reconstructed wall of the old city. It used to go all the way around it. It's been beautifully, I can't say preserved, but re-preserved, if you will, reconstructed and preserved. This area is known as the Barbican because there's a gate here, also beautifully redone, that is very popular with the tourists. Why don't you show them the gate? Can they see it from there? I don't know. No, they can't see it from there. We'll get you a picture. At any rate, like much of Warsaw, this was reconstructed. It's hard to stress. This is Europe's best destination city, as voted for by 700,000 people. Yet, if not carefully rebuilt, there wouldn't be anything here. Because at the end of World War II, 1945, maybe 10%, I mean, depending on what you call building standing or leaning or whatever, there wasn't a lot left. And certainly not in this area. This was leveled. There wasn't anything left. All the buildings you see, even the cathedral, the castle, all these rebuilt. I think there was one church over here in the new town which remained somewhat intact during that time. The oldest church in Warsaw, it is, by the way. At any rate, on this beautiful, I can say early spring, late winter day, you can hear the birds chirping. You can feel there's just a hint of spring in the air, just a hint of spring in the air, especially if it's a very chilly mountain spring. At any rate, play on words, if you'll forgive me, this is the Barbican. Ta-da! There it is, right behind me here. You would have had several of these all around the old town in medieval times, and of course it was still existing through World War II. All of that history erased, and we shouldn't forget that a beautiful city like Warsaw was destroyed by cruelty and total disregard for life and property, and it still goes on in a certain place to the east of here today. We shouldn't forget that. Okay, thanks for watching this first half. Watch the trailer, and we'll be right back with another beautiful view.
Jak olej w głowie mo, należy go znaleźć tylko znak. Jak olej zahaczyć, z pozoru się wydaje wykluczony, lecz ostracony. O, a myśl, prosto ważyć zrobione. A myśl, to, o to człowiek chciał, to zaraz ma. Dziękuję. Przeze mnie proszę, niech się to stanie. Jak nie mam, no to nie. Jak człowiek się przejmuje, to myśli.
And you can get a bit of the local flavor. I've never seen this guy before, but it's very nice. Of course, I don't hang out in the old town. I live in the newer part of the city, which is also old because all European cities are old, not just the old town. We're talking about the old town, it means hundreds and hundreds of years old, and not just old in the sense of what we know in, say, the United States or some of the other newer parts of the world, Australia, South America. At any rate, a very nice chap. And if one can stop from being run over by the local police as well. You see, as soon as you put a camera up, action happens. I'm telling you, try it sometime. just, just walk through it, people. No, as soon as you put the camera up, everything happens. This place nothing was happening while we were standing around waiting to film. Oh, here's something you will like is amber for the ladies. Amber is a famous treasure for centuries upon centuries, even in Roman times. They used to send people up through this part of the world to find amber. And the Vistula was a place where they floated rafts with amber up and down from Gdansk and from the Baltic. Interesting, yeah. And you can see here, that's the royal castle. That's where we're going to go. That, in fact, is where that tall building behind me in red brick is the royal castle. Also rebuilt. It was not there at the end of the war. And that is where the President of the United States was making a speech very recently. So he also made one in Kiev, because as you know, there's a war on, which is another good reason to come and spend your tourist dollars in Warsaw, because the Polish people have been spending their own money and time and efforts, millions of individuals on their own, voluntarily, to help with their neighboring Ukrainians. And Vova, our cameraman's Ukrainian. This, we'll just end here, is the UNESCO marker about the old town. And it says that, give you a little history about the destruction of the old town in 1944. And then you can go around, not far from here, about 150 meters, there's a museum about the reconstruction of Warsaw after the war. I'm Will Richardson in Warsaw, in Europeans' best destination for 2023, Warsaw, the capital of Poland. How about that? So, see you next time. And may I say, you are looking well.